I channeled something today that blew my mind. Like, I'm sure I say that all the time because every time I channel, I'm like, what? But this was something, this is crazy. So, I held my live online channeling event and class today about awakening the weather witch to reconnect to the ancient practices that allowed us to help work with the weather, to balance the weather, to heal the earth. Now, a side note, this is a very tired Gia because you guys, me and my feisty, self-flagellating perfectionism stayed up till 1:30 last night. Because I called it a class, I had it in my head that I had to have a PowerPoint, I had to have handouts, and the technology was betraying me. So much so that I almost crashed out my entire computer. I didn't know if I'd be able to do the event today, but I did. And what I learned from that is when I channel, Spirit doesn't give a shit about handouts. They just want me there. They want me open. They want me to let it flow through. So that's what I did. And I am so glad I did. I always say, like, whoa, that was amazing. But guys, I gotta say that because it's not me, it's Spirit. The stuff that comes in, I could not make this up. This one thing that's blowing my mind, Spirit said. So, you know how we talk about, like, in Inuit cultures, how they have what, like 300 words for snow, something like that. They said that this isn't just an issue of semantics, but that certain types of weather have actually gone extinct. What? As crazy as that sounds, it also sounds like the most logical thing ever. Like, of course, and they went on and they were like, certain animals have gone extinct, and it's about how the conditions of the earth have changed. The conditions of the earth have changed both, as part of evolution, as well as they talked a lot about the density. So when we talk about ascension, raising our vibration, migrating to 5D, this is about our vibrational density. And so we've been on this, in the history of earth, millions of years or whatever it is. We've been on this journey from expansion, this idea of paradise, Garden of Eden, down descending into density. And now we're in the ascension process. We are ascending back up out of density. And so they talked about, like, this is just like a natural byproduct of Earth's evolution and the cycles we've been in, and the Earth experiment and all that stuff. So the amazing part of all this is they're saying that as we are ascending out of density, we're going to not only reclaim older weather patterns that have gone extinct, but we're going to be able to have more flora and fauna return back to that paradise as we go up the vibrational ladder. So it's like not only a full restoration, like full meaning like what we perceive as the restoration of the earth, but this is so far beyond what we've had in recorded history. And this got me super excited because, right now I've been very hyper focused on the political stuff, and I love it. I've always been a little political junkie. I love it. But it's easy to get lost in the weeds when we are looking at the absolute nonsense that is happening right now. It's easy to kind of get trapped up in fear and be like, what's the point? What's going to happen? We're all doomed. Like, get stuck in that. But when we zoom out and we look at the big picture, and I'm talking the big, global, celestial, million upon million, what is happening? Many million year history of this earth. And when we look at it as global ascension to new heights of expansion, like, what? Like, I get jacked on that. I really do. So they also brought through a really hopeful and encouraging message, because I know there's a lot of fear about climate change and the health of the earth, the future of the planet. And this was something that I actually channeled in a previous session in the Full Woo too. They said that the earth is not dying, she is in transition. And so as we adopt the ancient practices of tending to her and tending to the weather and helping to balance out the climate, that will ease in her transition. It's just like, we've been talking about that we are birthing a new earth. Helping tend to the weather and tending to nature are midwifery practices to help ease this birth and the transition. So if you follow me for the political stuff and this seems way out of left field, I get that. I'm giving you a bit of a whiplash, I get that. And I also get that this is not for everybody. Totally fine. But it's something I wanted to offer from the heart, and it was an incredible experience to be able to channel it. So if this calls to you, it was a very powerful channeling, an incredible energetic transmission. I really felt the awakening and those who attended live today. So if this calls to you, you can go ahead and check it out. You guys know I have the replays of everything, so you never have to miss out. It's at the link in bio, and it's called Awakening the Weather Witch.